Alright, yo guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about Gwent. It's basically part 2 of my previous video. If you saw that, I mean it was a lot of talk, so I don't blame you if you didn't, but if you did, the conclusion of the video was that Gwent, and by that I mean CDPR, needs to make big changes, otherwise the Gwent is literally headed nowhere except the toilet. And that what we don't want to see is some damage control by giving people free shit, by telling them it will not happen again, that we're in open beta, and the mistakes happen and they learn from mistakes. Well, what happened is that CDPR gave everyone premium cards from KEX as damage control. They said it won't happen again, that they apologize. And basically the same shit we hear after every single patch that fucks up the game. Therefore, literally everything that I said they can't do, otherwise the game is gonna go to shit. So basically right now I'm not gonna keep playing Gwent competitively. It makes no sense. It's one of the most retarded things you can actually do unless you are already in the VIP top 8 of whatever players like Shaggy, etc. The Germans, the Polish people, and a few randoms. Like, unless you're already there, I tell you, don't try to get there. It's just not worth your time. If you wanna be a player that plays for some actual rewards, I recommend Shadowverse. I'll be playing that right now myself because the competitive system there seems better and the prize pool is basically the same as Gwent right now, or is gonna be this season, and the game overall has no bugs. Obviously there's probably balance issues. I haven't played the game long enough to see that, but at least it's not bugged as fuck. The game is already established. It has arena mode. It's very free to play friendly actually. Incredibly free to play friendly. It has a very long story campaign, probably too long, but at least you get a lot of free shit from that. So yeah, I recommend that. Unless you don't want to play a Veep game, it's actually a fun game for Japanese people mostly. So the design looks kinda awkward, everything is like super big and super fast, so it doesn't lag up phones, which probably isn't as great, but I don't care about it that much as about the actual gameplay, which is just straight up so much better than Gwen. Like, you have to look at it from the perspective, right? Like, we are playing, CDPR made a fucking tournament series for $1 million, for $1 million prize pool. And now, you play for that, while the game crashes when your opponent plays Dijkstra, where your opponent steals Spy from your side of the board with M here. And you literally play for that money all this time. But the game is completely bugged to shit. They don't stop the pro ladder before they fix their fucking bugs. They just let it keep going. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's an amateur hour. We won't repeat the same mistakes Hearthstone did. You repeat literally all of them, and you're doing it worse than Hearthstone did when it was in open beta. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's just a joke. Like, when Life Coach invited his people to his tournament, I invite people that I think will be good for the game. And he invites, like, 4 of his German friends, which 2 of them you probably never even heard about. I don't even remember their names that actually competed there. Some Russian guy, some Austrian guy, like... You know how Hearthstone did it? Hearthstone just invited the biggest streamers. That's how they did it. So yeah, it just doesn't matter anymore. I'll probably play Gwent from time to time, but it will be only casual, just to keep the account alive. Like, I'm not saying the game is just dead forever, but it is dead now, and I no longer want to support it at all. It's just super disappointing. CDPR team is just something I haven't seen in a long while. It's just bunch of self-righteous amateurs. That's how I would say it. Like, imagine how would you feel about Gwent right now if Burza didn't exist. He's literally the only guy, one guy, that holds the entire company. Or not the entire company, but the entire Gwent scene alive. If there wasn't Burza, there would be so much Gyros already. Because Burza is so likable, he's super friendly, he's super open, like, he's an amazing guy. And it literally stands all on him. Which is ridiculous, because he's a fucking PR guy. He's not a developer, he has nothing to do with the game development, but the entire game stands on him. That's just so bad. That can't be like that. Like, the game is supposed to actually stand on the fucking developers, not on their goddamn PR guy. So props to Burza for doing an amazing job. I hope they fucking pay him well, because he probably deserves like double of his salary. Because CDPR would be just fucked from Gwent perspective. I'm not saying the Witcher series or the Cyberpunk would be fucked, obviously, but the Gwent would be completely fucked if they didn't have him. They should be grateful every day they do. So yeah, I'll be playing Shadowverse now. Gwent only casually and just few times. I hope that you guys give it a fair chance and try it out. Maybe you like it too, and you keep watching my stream afterwards. The competitive scene, I think, will be really fun. And so far the system looks good. I'll probably find flaws, but hopefully they won't be as retarded as they were in Gwent. As I said, if you don't like Shadowverse, just go back to Hearthstone. Hearthstone is a way better competitive scene right now than Gwent as well. Like, if you actually want to be a pro player, Gwent is the last game you want to play right now. Yeah. If you're a casual and you don't mind the bug shits, etc. in Gwent, then you can probably stay. If you do mind that, then again, you should probably play. You should probably play Shadowverse. It's incredibly free to play. Friendly. Hearthstone not so much, so you probably don't want to play as a casual there, I would say. So yeah, that's my conclusion on all this shit happening, and I think I've been more than fair with my comments and shit, so get your shit together, CDPR, because the clock is ticking. Artifact. 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 And you know what happens after Artifact? You know what happens after Artifact? You can listen to it. This is what happens after Artifact.